If you like this video, please click on the like button. Comment with the names of the movies you would like us to cover next. Click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified of our latest creations. We cover 100 movies from around the world every day. To advertise with our channel, reach out to us. Our contact information is on our channel page. Now, let's move to the plot of this movie.
Ichi travels to the village of Atakura to pay respects at the grave of a man he killed 2 years earlier. At the grave, he reminisces on a fight between the two Yakuza gangs, Ioka and Sasagawa, from an earlier film. One man ran away and, though Ichi was not taking part in the fight, attacked Ichi. The dead man's sister, Chiyo, overhears Ichi say this to himself. Quote, Ichi is invited to take part in a village celebration. After 3 years of drought and near famine, they and 17 other villages in Uzui County have raised 1,000 ryo with which to pay taxes to the local intendant. Ichi gladly joins in while the locals sing of their hero Chuji, who lives in the hills with a troop, hiding from the constabulary while protecting the villagers. As they transport the gold to the local intendant, Gundeu, they are ambushed by 3 samurai, led by Joshiro, who wields a whip, and then by a larger band. Several of the villagers are slain and the rest flee. When the robbers chase the chest of gold to the base of the hill, they find Ichi sitting atop it smoking his pipe. He kills several men when attacked and the rest flee. In the village, the local men accost Ichi, blaming him for its theft, before he promises to find the gold. The conversation is overheard by a well-dressed woman called Ogun. Taking the back roads to avoid government checkpoints, he encounters her again. When she questions his motive for being on the back road, he replies that he could not tell, as he is blind, and then asks her why she is on the same road. Single quote. In the onsen at her destination, Ogun takes a private room only for Ichi to rise from the water. He recognizes her and reassures her that he is blind and can see nothing, else he would be peeking. And at this he squirts 2 men who are peeping through a window on the roof. And they briefly talk. When she leaves, she sees the sister, Chiyo, and asks why she has been following Ichi from Atakura. On Mount Akagi, several of Chuji's troop inform him that some of the men were killed by a blind man with a sword, only for Ichi to arrive to ask Chuji why he stole the money. Ichi informs the bandit that some of his men have gone rogue and stolen the chest of gold, though the 2 men are quick to confess and ask that he kill them for their acts. Losing his taste for the bandit lifestyle, Chuji decides to leave and asks Ichi to take a different route in order to escort the young nephew of one of the troop to safety, before thanking Ichi for his faith in him. Quote, in the nearby town, Ogun, the lover of Monji, accompanied by Chiyo, tells Monji about Ichi going to the bandits, and Monji promises revenge for the sister. Monji has just been promoted to head of the local constabulary and received his jita, 1-pronged iron truncheon, as mark of office. He organizes a number of men to capture Ichi and the bandits on Mount Akagi. Ichi hears them coming and raises the alarm system the bandits set up at the bottom of the mountain, attracting the police and killing many of them to allow the others more time to escape. However, the others are soon trapped and die defending their boss. Single quote. The next morning in an inn, Monji talks with Joshiro about their plan. But the other 2 samurai are disgruntled at being treated poorly when they learn of a blind gambler doing well at the dice hall. They approach him, and after Joshiro cuts a Morn coin in half by throwing his sword in the air, they bet Ichi 35 ryo that he can't do the same. He accepts and wins. Outside, he confronts the 2 samurai whose conversation he overheard. While they deny knowledge, One of them inadvertently reveals the intendant's involvement. Ichi pays them 10 ryo. But they still attack him and are killed. Quote, the Itakura village headman pleads for Intendant Gundeu to be lenient as the tax money was stolen. Gundeu accuses the headman of lying, insisting that the tax be paid in 10 days. Joshiro talks to Gundeu, with Monji present, and reveals that Gundeu is the recipient of the stolen 1,000 ryo and demands more money. Ichi arrives and Joshiro calls Ichi a worm, though he wants to kill him privately so that the other two men get no pleasure from seeing their enemy killed. Monji orders his men to capture Ichi, but Joshiro knocks them back with his whip, saying they will only die, and Ichi leaves unmolested. Gundeu orders the headman and 3 other village men executed at dawn. On his return to Itakura, Ichi is mobbed, but they stop when Sam calls him a blind fool and his demeanor changes. He leaves and Chiyo follows him. He says he sensed who she was from the start and she pleads with Ichi to save them. Single quote. The Itakura villagers had hoped to launch an attack against Gundeu's troops, believing they have nothing to lose, but lose heart when it's learned that he has deployed 8 musketeers as part of his force. However, Zatoichi launches a surprise attack and succeeds in killing the rifleman. Learning of this, Monji and Gundeu panic. Gundeu starts to destroy written evidence of the crime, saving himself while implicating Monji. When Monji demands half the gold, only to be killed by Gundeu. Ichi arrives as Gundeu flees and says Gundeu can atone by giving the farmers a receipt for their taxes and returning the gold to them. He attacks Ichi and is killed. Joshiro arrives and says he does not want the gold but to meet him at Bodai Temple in an hour. Chiyo is waiting for Ichi and he gives her the gold. He also gives his gambling winnings for a proper headstone for her brother. Chiyo, possibly taken with Ichi, pleads with him to stay for the forthcoming celebration in the village. Joshiro arrives at the duel on a horse and wraps his whip around Ichi's neck, dragging him along behind and causing Ichi to drop his sword. However, Joshiro drags him back past his sword. Ichi pulls Joshiro from his horse, then reclaims his weapon and kills him, and apparently starts back towards the village to keep his promise to celebrate with Chiyo.